Hey, it's Holly. In today's video, we are going to do some more retrobrating, and yeah, that's right. I'm going to go in on that jewelry box set. I should probably look up what it's called again. The purple one. But I noticed last time that when we tried the other polish on it, the heavy scratch polish, it just didn't seem to lift that stain, which led me to believe, oh geez, maybe that is sun damage. So we are going to go in with some Retrobrite solution, and I'm going to leave a few links down in the description on previous videos where I've done retrobrating, and also the stuff that I have in the video, just so you can check it out. But I want to say that retrobrating can be complicated, and it also isn't without risk. There is always a chance that you could totally ruin a set. And you need to take safety precautions because you're basically dealing with like a corrosive bleach gel that you mix up. So please proceed with caution if you're going to try this, but I think we might have some luck with this because I'm going to do this very, very carefully and precisely and controlled. The last few times I've done this, I've just stuck things out in the sun and hit or miss with the results. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay friends, so I have mixed up some Retrobrite gel here. I just have the tiniest little bit in here because we're not going to need very much. And of course I've got my gloves, so you want to make sure that you are using some safety precautions if you're going to try retrobrating because it can be corrosive. I also have that UV light. I'm sure you can probably get these super cheap. This one is from a nail company, but they're probably generic if I had to guess. It's basically just a UV flashlight. So I'm going to take the jelly part off. That's just, it's basically like the stuff we have on a nail stamper that we've used for stamping faces. But without it, it's just a regular UV light. So I can see, hopefully this is coming across on camera here, there is quite a bit of discoloration here. So I've got my supplies. Basically I have a few little cloths, my Retrobrite gel, and I have 2 toothbrushes that are tiny, and I'm just going to make sure this is mixed up really well. I got 2 really small brushes because I'm going to try to be very precise about this. Basically just applying this UV light in hopes that having it very focused may help with the color and protect a bit of the other parts of the plastic, in the sense that before we kind of had inconsistent light use, and we can just be a little bit more precise here. Now, I know in some cases previously I left the Retrobrite stuff outside for like hours. That's because I was using sunlight. In this case, this is a much more concentrated source of UV light, so it can work a bit better. This is also helpful because there were a few cases, if you've seen my previous retrobrating videos, where I had used my nail lamp, my like full nail lamp that I do my nails in. I had used that, but obviously that only works with smaller sets, like a compact. This is a massive set, so having something external that I can shine on here is helpful. Okay, so I'm just having a look. It does seem to be improving. I think I'm going to wipe it off and reapply. I'm literally just using a baby wipe here. It's what I've got. And I will just take a piece of hard to do with gloves on. It's so hard to tell because it's happening so gradually. I'm having a hard time deciding if it's helping or if I'm just, you know, imagining things, but I think it is indeed helping. I feel like the amount I'm having to like check regular light probably means that it's helping, because it was pretty obvious before. Okay, let's give this another wipe. Okay, it's definitely getting better, right? I'm pretty sure it's getting better. So I think what I'm gonna do is go in with a little bit of polish. Okay, so I'm going to start again with the number 3 because it was working really well for us. This is always the challenge, is trying to get this to not pop open while we're scrubbing it, but I think it might take a few rounds of Retrobrite, but I will say again, it sounds very different. So here, it's very scratchy. Like, what happened here? That's what I want to know. Use a little bit of the number 2 Novice Fine Scratch Remover. My hope is just that if we get that surface down a bit. Okay, I'm just going in with the Clean and Shine here. Hopefully that will bring it right out. Pretty clean in there. Getting all of those crevices cleaned up from the, I say that and it's like, no, I see something. Getting it cleaned up from the paste is really difficult when you can't ever fully access this area. So I basically have to floss some of this in there and then try to close it with it in so that I can Easier said than done, right? Because then I'm actually in there and can wipe that. So just a lot more effort than you would typically need, but okay. I don't know, what do you think? Did it make a change? I feel like it did. And therefore I think I'm gonna keep going with it. Now I need to use this camera. So in the meantime, I'm going to set this up to the side with some Retrobrite on it and just keep doing a continued process with it, and then we will check back in, so stay tuned. Okay, so I wanted to do a quick update on this because this is turning out amazing. Look at this. Like, is the camera even picking this up? It's unreal how good that looks. And like up here, like I'm gonna do a little bit more, but I am super happy with how this turned out. So who knew? But there you have it. Guess it was sun damage. So just some time and patience, but I like how concentrated this is. I feel like I have a really good handle on what's happening, and not having to constantly go outside to check on things helps. So there you have it. So I'll report back, but just wanted to give that update. All right, so I'm gonna give this one another quick polish, but it almost got the entire thing out. It is so faint at this point that you probably can't even see it on camera, or if you can, you're probably really straining. To help you out, it is here, just above my fingernail, and here. I honestly can't see it in the viewfinder thing, so pretty amazing. So yep, that did the trick. Great, we love that. I have a few other sets I found that are sun damaged, including a Polyville church. So I'm going to see if that same thing will work for them. But hey, like that's not bad. I was nervous to try it, but at the same time, I'm very impulsive, so I did it anyway. And I'm glad I did. That worked out pretty darn well. So it's looking quite a bit better. Just needs another polish on that area. There's a few spots now that I'm in this bright light that I'm seeing that I missed when I was cleaning it, in terms of like just some scuffs that can easily be buffed out with the polish, but I'm pretty darn happy with that. So there you have it. So it seems like I'm back on that Retrobrite train, and I also found a compact that has the logo completely worn off and needs to be cleaned. So we'll have a few projects to work on. But I was very, very excited to see that that was working, and you know, maybe having a few different styles of UV lights works. For a lot of the tech videos where I've seen people Retrobrite, let's say like a keyboard, where they take it apart, obviously not the electronic components, they submerge them in water, or not water, like a hydrogen peroxide solution, and then typically put them in like a clear plastic container with a few UV black lights. Same kind of idea, just on a broader surface. I find that that seems to be fairly like easy to do consistently if it's that older computer like white plastic that yellowed. On the colored plastic, I think it's a little bit easier to screw it up. So that's why I wanted to be really careful with it, because this is a complete set and it is in nice condition. And other than that mark on the back, like it's really perfect. So that's why I was a little nervous, but again, I'm impulsive, so I did it anyway. So there we are. So that's, I think what I'll focus on for the next little bit is some more restoration, because that was actually quite a fun project and I was able to work on it throughout my day while doing other things, which was super fun. But that's it for me for this week. I am just like spinning on all gears right now, so I apologize if I'm like sporadically at premieres over the next few weeks. I have a really big project that I'm working on and I just have the fire in me to get it done. So I've been spending all my time doing that this week and I am excited about it, but again, I just want to get it done. It's for my business. So that's what I'll be up to. So thank you again for all your patience with me while I get through these next few weeks. But if you have not hit the subscribe button yet, please do that. It helps out the channel so much. It is free to subscribe. You don't have to pay anything. And I come out with new videos every Monday and Thursday, so you'll be notified. Additionally, if you're on social media, you can find me on social media. Just look up Pocket Vintage Toys. You'll find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Those are the best places to connect with me outside of YouTube. But that's it for me. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.